Community is suffering a lot as well. Family are dealing with these issues with family members. And so my role is to support that family and the community with individuals who have mental health problems, comorbidity issues, and walking a journey with those people, with that family, and advocating with other service providers, making the link between service and community person less intimidating, less traumatic. It's walking that journey. And that varies a lot. There are some people who, as I said before, they get very scared, very frightened when they see this happening. There are other people who may just be able to tolerate a lot more, depending on the client, how unwell they get. Some people don't get that unwell. Some, like with the comorbidity, drug and alcohol, they could be a bit difficult for some families to deal with. So then they have to have this where they have to ostracize or push that person away from their family environment because they've got to protect other people. But they're still feeling that guilt for what they've done to that person. They can't help that person. No one in the community is helping that person, but there are services out there that can support, and that's where they need more Aboriginal people working in them areas. Safe communication is, to me, is again listening to the people you're working with, the community you're working in, finding out some of the values of that community, what is good, right and wrong. Examples, some communities it's very insulting to stare in someone's eyes. In some communities, a man cannot talk to a woman about certain things and a woman cannot talk about men. It's being aware of these protocols within the community group. So knowing where that person's from and what their cultural background is gives you a bit of an insight, and sharing your story with a client as well and a family. They need to know where you're from, who your family are. It doesn't matter if you're white, still tell them where you come from, what country and what your family background is, and talk about family to people. From a community perspective, I'd say within Adelaide here, we have a word called buntha, and there's people a little bit funny. But being in community for people with mental health issue, they need that support. The last thing they need is ostracisation, separation. And so our role also is to include family and community in a client's journey. Maybe not that client's journey, but the holistic approach to a mental health journey. Our community, there is fear in our community about that stuff.